I would like to welcome you all to my first YouTube live. And on this live, I want to explore RevenueCat's new hackathon challenge, which is called Ship-A-Ton. So let me just search for it and I can go to the website and check it out. Yep, RevenueCat Ship-A-Ton. So I remember Charlie Chapman announced it on like 3rd of August or something. And I believe I'm quite late to enter the Ship-A-Ton, but I had prior commitments. I had a lot of work. I had a lot of client work, but I figured, it's never too late to enter it since the deadline is in late September. So might as well get started. So initially, I think I would like to start off with what this Ship-A-Ton actually is. And this is the first time I've opened this website, and we can probably go through all the rules for this. So RevenueCat's Ship-A-Ton, a hackathon that's all about shipping a ton. We're excited to invite you to the first RevenueCat Ship-A-Ton, the hackathon that puts the focus on shipping a ton. The challenge is to release an app to the App Store or Google Play Store using RevenueCat's SDK to monetize the app with the in-app purchases, and that's all. And the rest is entirely up to you. We are handing out $25,000 in cash across 3 categories, as well as a spot on over 150 billboards spread across San Francisco for the first prize winner in each category. Our goal is to give you that final push to finally ship that project you've had at the back of your mind, but never took the time to get started. Submissions open now and close on 18th of September. So let me just check these till September 18th. Yeah, we still have 29 days to build something. Let's just watch this video by RevenueCat.
Hi, I'm Charlie Chapman, a developer advocate here at RevenueCat, and I want to invite you to the first ever RevenueCat Ship-A-Ton. That's Ship-A-Ton. Yeah. This is like a hackathon, but the focus is on shipping apps and making money. Your challenge is to build an iOS or Android app and ship it to the App Store or Google Play Store. The only real requirement is that you monetize the app using the RevenueCat SDK for at least one in-app purchase. That's it. The rest is up to you. Our goal is to give you that final push to ship that project that you've had in the back of your mind for forever, but never took the time to quite get it started. So what do you get if you win? Well, we have over $25,000 and some unique prizes that we're giving out. And here's how we're doing it. We have 3 different categories, and in each category, we're giving a first, second, and third prize. The first category is the Most Likely to Make Money Award. This is for the app with the best overall business viability. We're looking at the design and execution, monetization strategy, onboarding and paywall design, and ASO best practices. The second category is the RevenueCat Design Award. This is for the most interesting apps totally separate from business viability. We're looking for innovative ideas and or beautiful app design and animations. And the final category is the hashtag buildinpublic award. This is for developers who share their development journey on their social platform of choice. We're looking for the most interesting lessons learned or new ideas brought into the app from feedback from their community. For each category, the prizes will be awarded the same way. First place will receive a $5,000 cash prize. Second place will receive $2,500. And third place, $1,000. In addition to the $5,000, first place winners will also have their app featured on over 150 digital billboards, like this one, all over San Francisco for a week. And all participants will receive some exclusive RevenueCat Ship-A-Ton swag. You can start submitting your apps today, and submissions will be closed on September 18th. Only apps whose first versions were submitted to the App Store or Google Play Store during this window will be eligible. You can't just update an existing app, for example. We're incredibly excited to see what you all build. For full rules and all the Ship-A-Ton details, go to rev.cat/Ship-A-Ton. All right, let's get shipping.
Hello, hello. Welcome to our now annual.
So for each categories, we'll be giving away first, second, and third place prizes, which would be the same for each category. First place is $5,000, second place would be $2,500, and third place would be $1,000. And in addition to $5,000, the first place winners will also have their winning app featured on over 150 digital billboards throughout San Francisco for a full week. And I think this is the interesting bit. We have 3 categories. We'll be judging all the submissions against. Most likely to make money is the app with the best overall business viability. Criteria include app design and execution, monetization strategy, onboarding, and paywall design. I think paywall design is through the RevenueCat SDK. They have a lot of design in there. And ASO best practices. This one should also be interesting. So yeah, I think it's a good way to learn about ASO best practices since I've never really looked into that, but I've been meaning to look into that. App design, execution, monetization strategy. This one might be the toughest to win, in my opinion. And RevenueCat Design Awards. This is for the most interesting app separate from viability as a business. We're looking for innovative ideas and beautiful app designs and animations. This is something I'm really interested in because I love app design and I love animations. And it would be a good way for me to use SwiftUI, also learn more about SwiftUI's animation and design and what's possible with SwiftUI. Next up is buildinpublic. Developers who share the most interesting development journey on their social platform of choice. Interesting. Maybe I should add hashtag build in public to this YouTube title. Let's see how I can do that. Yeah, let me try to do that from the phone. Actually, just open my YouTube studio. It's possible. Back to the dashboard. Live. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not able to figure this out. I'm actually live through the OBS. So probably have to change that on the OBS. But yeah, I can probably add this later to this video. So build in public is for the developers who share the most interesting development journey on their social platform of choice. We're looking the most interesting lessons learned or new ideas brought into the app from the feedback from the community. I think this part is quite important. Actually, create a few notes just for myself, probably for anyone who's watching this, to what to really focus on for each of the awards. So, first one is we should focus on design slash execution, prioritization strategy, and onboarding and paywall design. And yeah, so it's quite interesting because I would think that onboarding and paywall design would probably also be a criteria for the design award. Yeah, it's interesting. I think in design we already have a lot of things that we can do. The design awards. This would be the most interesting apps. For innovative ideas. Beautiful design. The third one, which is probably the most interesting, build in public. Most interesting development journey. Lessons learned. New ideas from feedback from the community. And here we have a lineup of all the judges from across the industry to help us pick the winners. Anton Vanderlee, who's also known as Swiftly, Michaela, Sean Allen, these people. And let's see how we can join this. You can join, you can find all the details on the sign up to join on our official Ship-A-Ton website. We're so excited to see what you all will build, and let's get to shipping. All right, let me see what's on the dev post page. Not sure if I have a dev post account. Let me just quickly sign up for it. Communication. Communication. Good. Delhi. Hmm, Delhi time zone. Professional. Yes. No. Been working in tech since the October of 2018, I would say. And this would be January 1998. All right, let's continue. And I am registered. Search for the RevenueCat. Or 8. Yeah. All right, let's just go through all the rules, then we can probably get started on the development part of this. So this is RevenueCat's Ship-A-Ton, the hackathon official rules. No purchase or payment is necessary to enter or win. So firstly, we have dates and timing. Submission periods starts from August 5th, 8:30 Pacific time, and it ends on September 18th, 2024. September 18th is about 29 days away from the day of filming this. So 29 days should be good enough for me to actually build something. Build in public engagement period on or around. Okay, so build in public engagement period started on 5th of August as well. So yeah, let's see how many days we can do the build in public engagement. Judging period, Friday, which is September 19th, till Sunday. Should be interesting. Winners will be announced on the Monday, which is 23rd of September. Sponsor and admin, which is RevenueCat. This will be their address. Let's check the eligibility. The hackathon is open to individuals who are at least the age of majority where they reside. As of the time of the entry, I should be eligible. Most likely I'm 26 years old. teams or eligible individual teams. So someone can also enter as a team, I think. Organizations include corporations, not-for-profit corporations and other non-profit limited liability companies, partnerships, and other legal entities that exist and have been organized or incorporated at the time of the entry. Okay. So I would be entering as an individual, I believe. An eligible individual may join one or more than one team or organization, and an eligible individual who's part of a team or organization may also enter the hackathon on an individual basis. If a team or the organization is entering the hackathon, they must appoint and authorize one individual, the representative, to represent, act, and enter a submission on their behalf. By entering a submission on the behalf of a team or organization you represent and warrant that you are the representative authorized to act on the behalf of the team or organization. Okay, this shouldn't be applicable to me because I would be applying as an eligible individual. And this hackathon is not open to individuals who are residents of or organization domiciled in country, state, province, or territory where the laws of the United States or local laws prohibits practicing or receiving a prize in the hackathon, including but not limited to Brazil, Quebec, Russia, Crimea, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Syria, and any other country designated by the United States Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control. India shouldn't be a part of this uh, foreign asset control, so I should be good. Organizations involved with the design, production, paid promotion, execution, or distribution of the hackathon, including the sponsors and administration, promotion entities. Those are not applicable for they cannot enter the hackathon, basically. Employees, representatives, and agents of such promoting entities, and all the members of their immediate family or household. Any other individual involved with the design, production, promotion, execution, or distribution of the hackathon, and each member of their immediate family or household. Okay, any judge defined below, or company or individual that employs a judge. Gotcha. Any parent company, subsidiary, or other affiliate of the organization described above. Any other individual or organization whose participation in the hackathon would create, in the sole discretion of the sponsor and or the administrator, a real or an apparent conflict of interest. The member of an individual's immediate family includes the individual's spouse, children, stepchild parents, step-parents, siblings, step-siblings. The member of the individual's household include any other person that shares the same residence as the individual for at least 3 months out of the year. Okay. Let's get to how to enter. Entrants may enter by visiting RevenueCat's Ship-A-Ton 2024 devpost.com. Actually, copy this and open this in a tab and the following below. Register for the hackathon on the hackathon website by clicking the Join Hackathon button. To complete registration, sign up to create a free DevPost account or log into an existing DevPost account. Create the account. This will enable you to receive the important updates and to create submission. Entrants will obtain access to the required developer tools, platforms, and complete a project described below in the project requirement. Use of the entrance will obtain the access to the required developer tools / platform and complete a project described below in the project requirement. Use of the developer tools will be subject to the license agreement related thereto. Entry in the hackathon constitutes consent for the sponsor and dev post to collect and maintain the entrant's personal information for the purpose of operating and publicizing the hackathon. Required tools can be found here. Let's go check this out. Oh, this is the SDK that we need to include to qualify. Software applications must be built for iOS or Android and must be fully published by the submission deadline. Note, the app review process can take multiple days or more. We recommend submitting so early to get through the review process and make updates as you add more to your app. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point. Uh, we have 29 days left. I should probably keep about 2 weeks for the app review process and stuff. And build in public prices. See section 6 below for specific requirement to be considered for build in public prices. So this should be interesting. This is something I'm interested in. So we'll look through section 6. Project requirements. What to create? Entrants must create a working software application built for iOS and or Android that uses the RevenueCat SDK to power in-app purchases. And functionality, the project must be capable of being successfully installed and running consistently on the platform for which it is intended and must function as depicted in the video and or expressed in the text description. Okay. A submitted project must run on either iOS or on Android. Newly submitted apps only first. Apps must be either newly created by the entrant or if the entrant project exists prior to the hackathon submission period, it cannot have already been published in the App Store before the submission period. Pre-existing apps already submitted to the App Store before the hackathon submission period are not eligible and may not be updated. That makes sense. It's a hackathon. Third-party integration. If the project integrates any third-party SDK, APIs, or data, entrants must be authorized to use them in accordance with any terms and conditions or licensing requirements of the tool. Submission requirements to the hackathon must meet the following requirements. Okay, this is the submission requirements. Include a project built with the RevenueCat's SDK and meets the above project requirements. Oh, I think we have to, okay, we have to include the whole project. Okay. Include a text description that should explain the feature and functionality of your project. Optionally include and demonstrate a video of your project. The video portion of the submission should be less than 3 minutes. Judges are not required to watch beyond 3 minutes. Should include footages that show the project functioning on the device for which it was built. Must be uploaded to and made publicly visible on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, or any of those. And a link to the video must be provided on the submission form on the hackathon website. Must not include third-party trademarks or copyrighted music or any other material unless the entrants have permission to use such material. Must include a URL to a fully functioning app in the App Store. Include the app icon. Include at least one screenshot of the app without device frame for the use in marketing material. Apps must either offer a free trial or entrant must include a promo code for judges to unlock the in-app purchase and test all premium features. For the apps that want to be eligible for Build in Public Award, include links to any relevant social accounts where progress was shared in public and include a short text description on how building in public helped benefit the app, motivation, feedback form, etc. Gotcha. Multiple submissions. An entrant may submit more than one submission. However, the submission must be required and substantially different from each of the entrant's other submission as determined by the sponsor and dev post in their sole discretion. No? Submission ownership. Be the original work of the entrant, be solely owned by entrant and not violate any IP rights or any other person or entity. Testing. The entrant must make the project available free of charge and without any restriction for testing, evaluating, and use by the sponsor, administrator, and judges until the judging period ends. Judges are not required to test the project and may choose to judge based solely on the text description, image, video provided of the submission. Gotcha. So we have to submit the entire Xcode project to enter this. Access can be provided to the sponsor administrator by providing the URL to the published app in the App Store. If the app cannot be accessed with a free trial, a promo code must be provided for the judges to unlock the in-app purchase and test all the premium features of the app. If the project includes software that runs on proprietary or third-party hardware that is not widely available to the public, includes software running on devices or wearable technology and other smartphone tablets. Wait, I gotta go through this again. If the project includes software that runs on proprietary or third-party hardware that is not widely available to the public, includes software running on devices or wearable technology other than smartphone, tablet, desktop computer, the sponsor and or admin reserves the right at their sole discretion to require the entrant to provide a physical access to the project hardware upon request. So if you're building it for a watch or a third-party hardware device, then that should be provided to the judges. All submission material must be in English, and or if not in English, the entrant must provide an English translation to the demonstration, video test description, and testing instruction, as well as all the other material submitted. Team representation. If a team or the organization is entering the hackathon, they must appoint and authorize one individual. Just give me a minute. If a team or organization is entering the hackathon, they must appoint and authorize one individual, the representative, to represent, act, and enter the submission on behalf. The representative must meet the eligibility requirement above by entering a submission on the hackathon website on behalf of the team or the organization you represent, and warrant that you are the representative authorized. Okay, I'm not entering as a team. And intellectual property, financial or preferential support. A project must not have been developed or derived from a project developed with financial or preferential support from the sponsor or administrator. Such projects include but are not limited to those that have received funding or investment for their development, were developed under a contract, or received a commercial license. Got it. So it should be 100% independent project to enter this from a sponsor or administrator anytime prior to end of the hackathon submission period. The sponsor, at their sole discretion, may disqualify a project if awarding a prize to the project would create a real or an apparent conflict of interest. Gotcha. Submission modification. Draft submission. Prior to the end of the submission period, you may save draft versions of your submission on DevPost to your portfolio before submitting submission materials to the hackathon for evaluation. Once submission period has ended, you may not make any changes or alteration to your submission, but you may continue to update the project on your DevPost portfolio. Got it. After submission period, the sponsor and DevPost may permit you to modify part of your submission after the submission period for the purpose of adding, removing, or replacing material that potentially infringe a third-party mark or right, discloses personally identifiable information, or is otherwise inappropriate. The modified submission must remain substantively the same as the original submission, with the only modification being what the sponsor and DevPost permits. Got it. So after submission period ends, RevenueCat or DevPost can ask you to make some modifications, and those will be applicable to the final submission. Okay, section 6, I think this should be the most important one. Eligible submissions will be evaluated by a panel of judges selected by the sponsor. The judges may be employees of the sponsor or third parties, may or may not have listed individuals on the hackathon website, and may change before or during the judging period. Judging may take place in one or more rounds with one or more panels of judges at the discretion of the sponsor. Stage one, the first stage will determine via pass fail whether the idea meets the baseline level of viability and the project reasonably fits the theme and reasonably applies the required APIs and SDKs featured in the hackathon. Got it. Stage two, all the submissions that pass stage one will be evaluated in the stage two based on the criteria below for each representative's prize category, the judging criteria. And stage three, the judge will rate each submission based on the stated criteria to determine the potential winners on the applicable prizes. The entrants that are eligible for a prize and whose submissions are chosen based on the applicable judging criteria will become potential winners of that prize. So the judging criteria for most likely to make money award would be that the overall business viability, how likely that this app idea will be successful in the market. Is there an existing market? Is there an existing market already that the app can compete in, or is there an innovative idea that will target the existing broad market? App design and execution. Does the app have a solid design and user experience? Does the app feel solid to use with no bug or poorly designed UI? Oh, this is very interesting. One would think this would go in the second category, which is the award, the design award, but I think that is for exceptional design, probably. Monetization strategy. Does the app's monetization strategy make sense? Does the app's choice of in-app purchases, subscription, non-consumable, etc., make sense with the value proposition of the app? Is there a free version? Is there enough value logged in behind the in-app purchases to make upgrading worth it? Okay. Onboarding and paywall design. Does the app follow best practices for onboarding and paywall design? How effective does it appear the paywall will perform? App Store optimization best practices. Are the App Store pages following good ASO practices? We will name Will the name rank well for popular keywords? Are the screenshots compelling? So I think it's a good point to actually focus on screenshots. And RevenueCat Design Awards criteria. The entries will judge on the following criteria, and according to the sole and absolute discretion of judges, this would include innovative ideas. Does the app introduce any innovative technology or design? Sorry. Does the app introduce any innovative technology or design? This can be technical innovation integrated into the product or a unique user experience or animations. So we're looking for unique user experiences and animations. Aesthetics, is the app simply delightful to look at and use? Does the design spark joy? We're looking for fun animations, smooth gesture based interactions, or simply beautiful art integrated into the app. How to enter the judging criteria for build in public prices. Build in public engagement period on or around August 5th till September 18th. Entrants will publish their app during the submission period and submit links to the publicly visible posts on their dev post submission form will be considered for build in public prizes. Posts should be tagged with hashtag build in public. Let me try to actually add this to the current video. But I'm honestly not sure how to do it. Maybe I can add this later. Entrants will be judged based on the following criteria by the panel. Okay, 1 minute. Entrants will be judged based on the following criteria by a panel of RevenueCat judges. Sharing your story. How much do you share your app development journey publicly? How creatively do you share your hackathon process on social media and in online communities? Note that the audience size does not matter. And engagement, in what ways have people responded to your app on social media and in online communities? What new ideas were brought into the app based on the feedback from your social posts? Lessons learned, how did sharing publicly improve the app? Were there interesting lessons learned through the act of sharing or from direct feedback from the public that improved the app in some way? I think this is something which is really interesting, and I'll try to share as much of my journey as possible. The sponsor reserves the right to disqualify any organization, individual, or team who is actually or presenting the appearance of tampering with the entry process or the operation of built-in public engagement process. Let's see. So yeah, I think it basically just says keep it real, post as much as possible, and yeah, share your journey, ask for feedback from the online community, keep posting it on social media, and learn some lessons along the way. Then we have intellectual property rights. All submissions remain intellectual. Sorry, give me a second. All submissions remain the intellectual property of the individual and organization that developed them. By submitting an entry, imprint agree that the sponsor will have fully paid non-exclusive license to use such entry for judging the entry. Entrants agree that the sponsor and if post shall have the right to promote the submission and use the name, likeness, voice, images for the individual contributing to the submission in any materials promoting or publicizing the hackathon and its result during the hackathon period and for 3 years thereafter. Some submission components may be displayed to the public. Other submission material may be viewed by the sponsor, dev host, and judges for screening and evaluating. By submitting an entry or accepting any prize, entrants represent and warrant that a submitted content is not copyrighted, protected, or by trade secret or otherwise, subject to third-party intellectual property rights and/or proprietary rights, including privacy and publicity rights, unless entrant is the owner of such rights and has the permission from the rightful owner to post the content, and the content submitted does not contain any viruses, Trojan horses, worms, spywares, or any disabling devices or harmful or malicious code. And back to prizes. Most likely to make money, 5,000 US dollars, dedicated time on the digital billboards in San Francisco, post featuring the winning submission. Eligible submissions, all eligible submissions. Got it. Yeah, let's look through the built-in public award ones. So built-in public first place, all eligible submissions in which the developers also followed the built-in public criteria, which is mentioned in section 6. Got it. Actually, let me go through section 6 one more time. Here's that My MacBook Air's battery is about to die. But yeah, I want to go back to section 6. Section 6, specifically the build-in-public prices. Entrants who publish their app during the submission period and submit links to the publicly visible posts. So we probably have to add all the posts on the dev post submission form to be considered for build-in-public prizes. Posts should be tagged with hashtag build-in-public. Entrants will be judged based on the following criteria by the panel of judges: sharing your story, engagement, and lessons learned. Let me just add this to my notes. Sharing your story. In what ways have the people responded to your app on social media and in online communities? What new ideas were brought into the app based on the feedback from the social media posts? It's interesting. And lessons learned. Got it. Okay, let's scroll down to important notes on multiple prize eligibility. Project may win a most likely to make money award or a RevenueCat design award and one participation prize. A project can win one build-in-public, one participation prize, and one other prize. Hmm. Got it. So 100 participants are also getting the participation prize. Prizes are non-transferable by the winner. Sponsor, in its sole discretion, has the right to make the price substitution of equivalent or greater value. Sponsor will not award a prize if there is no eligible submissions entered in the hackathon, or if there are no eligible entrants or submissions for that specific prize. The award of the prize to a potential winner is subject to verification of the identity, qualifications, and the role of the potential winner in creation of submission. No submission or entrance shall be deemed a winning submission or a winner until their post-competition prize affidavits have been completed and verified, even if prospective winners have been announced verbally or on the competition website. The final decision to designate a winner shall be made by the sponsor and/or admin. So I think probably by 23rd of September, they would announce the winners, but of course, they will go through a background verification process to see if it's actually created. Prize delivery, the prizes will be payable to the entrant if an individual, to the entrant's representative if a team, or to the organization if the entrant is an organization. It will be the responsibility of the winning entrant representative to allocate the prize among their team and/or organizations participating members as a representative deemed appropriate. Monetization prize will be emailed to the winning entrant's address of an individual or the representative's address if team or organization, or sent electronically to the entrance representative or the organization's bank account only after receipt of the completed winner affidavit and other required documents, if applicable. The deadline for returning the required forms to the administrator is 10 business days. Deadline for returning the required forms to the administrator. Okay, so in case you win, then you have a 10 days deadline to submit all the required documents and forms. Failure to provide correct information on the required form or other correct information required for the delivery of the prize may result in delayed prize delivery, disqualification of the entrance, or forfeiture of the prize. Prizes will be delivered within 60 days of the sponsor order post receipt of the complete required forms. So it will take about 60 days to finally receive the prize. Winner are responsible for any fees associated with receiving or using a prize, including but not limited to wiring fees or currency exchange fees. Winner, and in case of team organization, are responsible for reporting and paying all the applicable taxes in their jurisdiction of residence. Winners may be required to provide certain information to facilitate receipt of the award, including completing and submitting any taxes or other forms necessary for compliance and applicable withholding and reporting forms. United States residents may be required to provide a complete W-9, and residents of the other countries may be required to provide a complete W-8 Ben form. Winners are also responsible for complying with foreign exchange and banking regulations in their respective jurisdiction and reporting the receipt of the prize to relevant government departments and agencies if necessary. The sponsor, dev post, and/or prize provider reserve the right to withhold a portion of the prize amount to comply with the tax laws in the United States or the sponsored jurisdiction or those of a winner's jurisdiction. Entry conditions and release. By entering the hackathon, you, and if you're entering, agree to the following things: the relationship between you, the entrant, and the sponsor and the administration is not confidential, fiduciary, or any other special relationship. You will be bound by and comply with these official rules and the decision of the sponsor administration and our hackathon judges, which are binding and final in the matter of relating to the hackathon. You release, indemnify, defend, and hold harmless the promotion entities and their respective parent, subsidiary, and affiliated companies, the prize supplier, and other organizations responsible for sponsoring, fulfilling, administrating. Sorry, give me a minute. Getting a call, I believe.